Welcome. Let's take a deep breath in and a big sigh. Let the breathing come back to normal. So, again, welcome. Welcome. My name is Drake, and this is Touching the Edge, and this is the Choosing to Thrive initiative. And I want to give a great welcome to you and to this day that we are sharing. Welcome. Welcome in that powerful sense of positive indifference that no matter what happens today, we are going to be committed to our vision and our focus. So one of the elements of thriving, and this is the Choosing to Thrive initiative, one of the elements of thriving is being committed to your values. If you're not committed to your values, you can't thrive. So that's so very important, and it's very important that we understand that we don't want to give up our values for the values of someone else. If you truly value what you value, you don't want to give it up for fool's gold, which is what we do when we are reactive. You know, the whole element of reactivity is so prevalent in our society today, and I would like to suggest that your thriving is committed to a long-term plan. And so in that plan, focusing on what is called the law of seven, we want to understand that we go in 7-year cycles. It's repetitive. You're going to have the same issues that are going to come up again and again and again throughout life. So in those 7-year cycles, we want to understand what those 7 years tend to promote. The first through third year of the cycle tends to be a spirit of thriving. All through the third, even into the fourth year, we're thriving, we're building. We understand what we're doing, and we're coming into our strength. In the fifth year of the cycle, we tend to have a crisis. Crisis means change. It's not a bad thing. Crisis is the whole element of changing. Of course, we as human beings don't like change. So crisis is seen as a bad term. When we come into that year of crisis, we tend to use the skill sets that we have from previous life cycles. So, you find someone, for instance, at 28 years old, that is the culmination of the 7-year cycle. So the fifth year of that cycle is when they were 26. And you're going to tend to see people run into crisis around that time, 26, 27 years old. When they hit that crisis, they're going to tend to try to use skill sets from previous cycles. So at that point in a person's life, they're going to tend to be wanting to have fun. They're going to want to be partying. Sometimes people are going to be wanting to drink or maybe being into sexual adventuring. And when they're not happy, they do those things more. And of course, that makes them more unhappy. So by the time they turn 27, they find that what they used to do isn't working. And so they find a new method or they implode. They go to treatment or even have something even more extreme occur. Until they find that new path, and at 28, the year of the phoenix, they burn up and become something new and start over again. So this happens throughout our life. 35, 42. 49 is the next great midlife level of that. So at 49, we're having the same elements that are occurring that we had before when we were turning 28. And so this is really important for us to remember because we want to have a goal structure that's at least 7 years in its length. So we're working a long-term goal structure, not giving away things to someone that may come up and do something that we find intolerable in the moment. We want to understand that if we react to them, if we are not more committed to our values than they are to theirs, we're going to shift to their values. The easiest thing, again, in the world to do is to hate someone who hates you. So let's stay focused to our values. I've told you many times that my values, my deepest values, which are the ones that I've gotten from the Lotus Sutra, are kindness, compassion, joy, and positive indifference. So even though I say those so regularly, I keep coming back to them. When you're on a long trip, don't you have your passport with you? My passport are those essential values. So, I want to talk about what Lao Tzu talked about as far as his values. Lao Tzu is the famous sage who wrote the Tao Te Ching. So he talks about this in a couple different times. One time he talks about his values of being health, contentment, and confidence. Health, contentment, and confidence. Really making that a hub. Another time he talks about his values being compassion, patience, and simplicity. Each of these is so very, very important. Compassion, patience, and simplicity. We as human beings don't do well when things are too complex. So make life simple. Figure out what your long-term plan is and keep touching base on it. Make sure that you don't give up your long-term plan for a short-term desire to get back at someone who does something to you. Stay focused. You can do this. Now, in this coming week, I'm going to be focusing on marketing. This is the last of my 6 weeks. This is the last focus of my 6 weeks. So I'm going to be really putting a lot of time into marketing. And part of what I want to market is the 40-day practice, and I'm starting a week from today. So a week from today, I will be starting the 40-day practice. And on that day, a week from today, this being Monday, a week from today being Monday of next week, I'll be starting my 40-day practice. And I'm inviting you to join me. Every day for 40 days, I'm going to be putting up a video and a blog post. Let's do this together. Let's focus on a long-term plan and do something special in the world, because we were born for this. This time is what's going to make me my best self and you your best self. And together we can create a better world. So I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. Where are you in your 7-year plan? I bring my hands into prayer position and I bow to you and your long-term goals. Namaste. Have a wonderful day today. Thank you.